What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 40 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and Naviev campaign. So last episode we left off after an attack by Kugath at the Temple of Heimkel, where his army was destroyed by the relatively pathetic garrison here. Unfortunately, I did make a mistake, or got over-eager, or whatever you want to call it, and sent in both our Lord and our Patriarch, who got vomited on by Kugath and basically insta-killed. They would have been at full HP here otherwise and would have been much stronger with this defense. Otherwise, this defense of this little rebel that decided to attack right after Kugath is unfortunately not great. It's unlikely that we can win this. While the rest of the army isn't too problematic in that they are they're going to be very vulnerable to our Kossars because of their lack of armor, it's going to be very difficult to stop chariots. They can just run through our army. It's essentially the same issue as we have with Stonehorns, but obviously to a lesser degree because they don't have as much mass, but still, the Secret Chariots are pretty good. At least they're not Hellflayers, though. And they also have a unit of Hellstriders as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I guess we're going to fight this. I was thinking about just auto-resolving this and letting this go, but we might as well give it a try. Do we do this cinematically or not? Once again, there's no guarantee that we'll get a proper battle. Otherwise, you know what, why not just do it cinematically? It might be fun. Sometimes these really small battles, the really desperate small battles where you have units like fighting down to down to the man, especially with hurt units like this, can be really fun. Why not? Why not? We may not get another chance this episode, so who knows? Let's do it. Alrighty, here we go. I gotta admit I'm pretty excited about this one, mostly because I don't think it's super likely that we're gonna win, but possibly we could pull something off. We do have a couple of advantages here. Yes, our army is badly damaged, but because the enemy are Slaneesh, like if the enemy was a Khorne rebellion, I wouldn't even bother fighting it. There would be no chance. But they're Slaneesh, which means basic towers with their relative lack of armor piercing are going to be very, very effective against them, so we can build tons and tons of these 500-point towers all over the place, at least if we can manage to get that far by holding off the main forces. Now, the enemy has separated their forces into two, but we've primarily concentrated all of our units, mostly because we lack significant numbers right in the center. In addition to that, we've hidden our Lord with his 1 HP over on this side of the map, just to try to prevent him from dying and, you know, morale shocking our army into being destroyed. Looks like we got another 500 supplies ready to go, and another tower should be coming up shortly. The enemy is sort of milling around and not yet going up here. Maybe they are not sure what to do. There we go. There's that tower complete. So I guess we're going to just wait and continue hitting them with our regular towers. I believe this one's actually currently focused on this chariot. As you can see, the chariot has taken a little bit of damage, and the reason for that is obviously that I think our archers can take care of marauders of Slaneesh, whereas chariots are, well, I'm still very concerned about chariots. Let's go with that. If only we had a little bit more accuracy, because I'm seeing a lot of the arrows miss, although that one did hit. Now, the other important thing is this portion of the map. Now, rather than separating our troops to deal with this, I decided to try to essentially annoy the enemy with the Kossovite dervishes enough, just, you know, get repeatedly close to them and then just run away. At one point I actually don't bother doing this because I have to actually control those units over here, but while the enemy is moving, we're free to essentially control these guys and run around. Can't divide my attention too much, but later on I do that thing where, you know, you do the cued movements like this, like you just saw there, where it would run here, run here, run here, and then continue running around, escaping from these guys. It's somewhat cheesy, but not so much. Like, if these were full stacks of Kossovite dervishes, it's essentially trading units for units. I've definitely used the tactic before. It would be a lot more effective with range cav. I actually think that the garrison for the Kislevites should actually contain 2 horse archers rather than 2 Kossovite dervishes. Behind the walls, the Kossovite dervishes would be more useful, or rather, the horse archers would be more useful, and with doing things like this, where you try to keep away from the enemy and annoy them, harass them, keep them around. So yeah, and in terms of charge ability, it's not like the Kossovite dervishes are that much better than horse archers anyway, because, well, the Kossovite dervishes are garbage. They're just garbage. Awful unit. Alrighty, there we go. Looks like the first enemy unit is moving in. Obviously, we're going to hit them with our archers and with our armored Kossars. And no, it looks like they're going to turn around a little. That was a bad idea. Just going to get hit in the back. Maybe they're doing it on purpose because they enjoy it. There we go. Looks like they want to charge the armored Kossars rather than the Tzar Guard, and they're going to take the chariots to charge through our Tzar Guard and then move further into the Kossars. Now, I'm going to tell all of our units to immediately focus down the chariots, as you can see. Yes, that'll probably get some friendly fire into our units, but in my opinion, clearing out the chariots is going to be very, very, very critical in terms of getting a victory here. So everybody focus them down. This one's down by about 33% HP, and hopefully we can make it we can make them die before the rest of the army that's back here can get here. Obviously, the chariots are doing a good job by just rushing through various units and preventing them all from firing, and also disrupting their formations and further preventing them from firing. So good job on that use AI and not having them get bogged down fighting Tzar Guard and all that sort of stuff. Still, they are now at half HP, though they have not yet lost a model, unfortunately enough for us. Our archer towers, our most basic 500-point archer towers, are still also firing at them and providing additional bits of damage. It looks like our Kosovo dervishes here are still running away. They've gotten caught a few times. This one, you can see, got caught by the Lord. As obviously, I can't pay attention to that while dealing with all this at the same time. And oh, there we go. We got a summon in as the rest of the enemy army decides to move in. I summoned this guy. I wanted to breathe on the enemy just as they were rushing in, but unfortunately, the Seekers, no, those are Marauders, or not Seekers, Hellstriders. Damn. Can't believe I forgot the name. Those are Hellstriders, and they did run up a little bit ahead and managed to stop the bear just as it was about to breathe. But oh well, this is helping because A, it's blocking the second set of chariots and is also slightly blocking those Hellstriders, allowing some of our units to keep hitting the enemy with their arrows, or our Kossars specifically. Over here, there was a unit of Marauders of Slaneesh that did manage to run past. This was the original one, but I stopped, like the one that was over here before that we partially destroyed and came back. But one unit should be able to take care of it. As you can see, we're also going to back off the rest of our forces further down the line here, while our very meager stores of Tzar Guard try to hold on. There's what, 9 and 7 units, or 7 and 7, 14 Tzar Guard left, and 15 armored Kossars to hold off 1 unit of Seeker Chariots, 1 unit of Hellstriders, 2 full stacks of demonettes, or 2 full units of demonettes and Marauders of Slaneesh with the Hell Scourges. Honestly, we'll get overwhelmed as soon as the bear is gone. The bear is just providing a living wall, allowing us to get as much damage as possible out of all that stuff. Also, it looks like some of the enemies have given up on chasing our Kosovo dervishes, which, fair enough. I would fully expect that, and this one has already gotten through, and more are coming. So, over here, we have a couple very, very badly hurt units. As you can see, they're all basically dead. These are the only units that I could spare to deal with this. I'm hoping that these guys get distracted long enough by the very badly hurt units for the towers to make a significant dent in them and run away. The reason I didn't just stay back here is because these guys would have otherwise captured the main location, and then we would have lost our towers, and we can't have that, can we? Alrighty, it looks like the enemy Seeker Chariot unit is now down to 3 chariots, but about half HP, so they can still dish out a significant amount of damage. Unfortunately, our Elemental Bear goes down, and the rest of the enemy blob is gonna push forward. And there's still plenty of units here. We do still have plenty of arrows ourselves, but every time, now that we are down to basically using Kossars unarmored as the melee units, every single unit that we send to do that is a unit that can't add its arrow fire to this, so that's obviously going to be bad. At this time, I'm actually focusing the chariots and the demonettes at the same time, though I think the chariots are the main focus, as once they're done, and there we go, it looks like they're melting. There we go, now we can switch to the demonettes. Obviously, the demon targets are the better targets as opposed to the various kind of immortal units, i.e. the Marauders, because the Marauders will A, have shields, and B, they won't get banished. So crippling their morale means they'll run away and then they'll come back, whereas the Demonettes are their higher damaging units, and every time we you know, deplete them down to about 10 to 20% HP, and they just disappear because they get banished. There we go. Looks like we have one more unit blocking them over here, and now we're down to 1 unit of Kossars blocking and 2 units of Kossars firing their arrows, and that's it. That's basically all we have left, because these guys are obviously, well, they were always hurt, although they did do a pretty good job. Looks like this unit was basically full by the time it got here. It took a little bit of damage from some of our towers, but it got destroyed by 3 units with like 20 units each and like 5 to 10% HP, with obviously the help of the towers. So good job there. Our 1 unit of Classified Dervishes, I think it got caught again, but I purposely charged the Herald of Slaneesh just to distract it and keep it back here and away from it. More units are moving in past and not chasing that, but that's once again unsurprising. And last but not least, we have 1 other unit of Classified Dervishes. I got tired of doing the whole zigzag order thing and just told them to run away over here, and the demonettes did follow them, so I'm pretty happy with that as well. Alrighty, back to this. It looks like one of the enemy units of demonettes has actually melted, and it looks like the second one is going to follow suit soon. We're probably taking a significant amount of friendly fire here, but it's going reasonably well. We do have 2 or 3 towers supporting right at the same time, and there we go. It's a lot of arrows dropping down on those demonettes. Ooh. Yeah, if we had like 1 full stack of Zargard, it would have been so much easier to hold off this horde of units, but because our Zargard were some of our most hurt units, they were basically useless. And there we go. Looks like the demonettes are just about done. Lovely. And then there was a Marauders of Slaneesh unit remaining, but still getting hit from several sides. Oh wait, there were actually 3 and not 2 units still firing. 3, 2, close enough. Just a little bit off. Yeah, all of them hitting them from various sides will mean these guys will be in pretty bad shape. Over here, however, there's another problem because another full unit or full HP unit is coming in, and these guys, unlike last time, are not going to be able to hold that off. So we are going to have to turn around some units like this one over here to ignore those Marauders, especially as they're now running away, and start focusing on the other units. Also, at the same time, I believe we've gotten our towers built up pretty much everywhere. So lots and lots of these level 1 towers. I think this might be the last one. So now they're all providing support, although their accuracy does leave something to be desired. This one's been firing on the Lord for basically the entire time since it's been built, and the Lord's taken like no damage from it whatsoever. The accuracy is garbage. I think the damage that it's taken were from the charges of our Kossovite Dervishes just to keep it distracted, so yeah. Also, I think another thing that really saved us here was the Buy Our Blood ability, because the units get down to like, well, like that one, it fought to the end. That armored Kossar unit had like 8 units, and then it went by our blood, so it's another 30 seconds of distracting a full stack like that, all the while towers and our remaining units with ammunition keep shooting them in the back. A really fun battle. Win or lose, I really, really enjoyed this one. I guess it did turn out to be worth the cinematic, didn't it? Alrighty, and there we go. These guys are now exhausted and broken, though not shattered, so we're going to just try to deplete their numbers a little further. We also have to remember that our unit of Kossovite Dervishes that led that one demonette unit that it was harassing away has brought it here, and now this demonette unit is also going to approach. Fortunately, more towers are going to keep taking shots at them, so while they run in, they will continue taking quite a bit of damage. A little bit like the like what we had with Kugath last time. Oh, and it looks like finally the Herald of Slaneesh managed to catch those Kossovite Dervishes. Anytime I have to control the units, obviously I get distracted from the use of those weak little cav units, especially since they can't take more than a couple hits. But oh well, they definitely serve their purpose. Alrighty, it looks like we're going to have to charge a unit of Kossars in unarmored because these guys ran out of ammunition, and on top of that, somebody needs to distract the remaining Marauders. One-on-one in melee, I would expect the Marauders to destroy a unit of unarmored Kossars fairly easily, but fortunately we still have tower and support from those that have ammunition. Though to be fair, not much in the way of ammunition. We're gonna run out. We certainly won't have enough, it looks like, to deal with the enemy Lord, and that's also gonna be a major, major problem. Once again, echoing the battle against Kugath. I guess the battles in the Temple of Heimkel are destined to be similar to each other. Alrighty, and these guys are actually now going to turn around. At this point, I decide that we're going to have to try to leave these guys to their own devices. Allow the tower to keep shooting them in the back while these guys hold them off, because the unit of demonettes, the last major non-lord unit, is coming in, and all of our units that still have ammunition absolutely have to focus them down. Otherwise, they will get into melee and they will rip them apart. Obviously, all the towers that are in range are also firing at them at the same time, though the accuracy, once again, does leave something to be desired. They're certainly losing quite a few units. Once again, one of the benefits of fighting against a Slaneesh army, the lack of armor and the vulnerability to even basic units with range capabilities. And there we go, it looks like this demonette unit is in pretty bad shape now. 40 units remaining, maybe 20% HP, and are wavering, about to disappear. Just as we run out of ammo, basically. So these guys are now completely out. We even got a little bit of a charge in with our Kosovo dervishes, and we have, like, tiny bits of ammo left here. But here comes the enemy lord, who is thus far relatively unharmed. I think at this point the key is to focus down the last unit of marauders. I just want to double check that that is indeed the last unit. It does indeed look like it is. Yeah, so take this down and maybe, possibly, it really depends, but sometimes when you kill the entire army, the enemy lord just decides to rout because of army losses. And at this point, this is what I'm banking on, because in melee, our Kossars are probably not going to be able to defeat the Herald of Slaneesh, even at level 1. At least not a single unit. With the range, they probably would be able to, but not so much because they're almost out of ammo, maybe 5% out. This one just ran out, and this one's about to run out as well, but fortunately, the last of the Marauders is also just about to run away. Man, this is close. Ah, loving it. Also really enjoying the watching the Herald just to rip Kossars apart. Oh, these guys are still in. They're still in it. And now we gotta charge again because we have to keep charging and distracting these guys. A rear charge from the remaining unit of dervishes as well should take care of that unit of marauders who are now running away because they are wavering, or no, they are broken. Fortunately, our Kossars can now, our dervishes can now chase them down and kill them. Unfortunately, we still, oh, that was a nice hit. We still have a herald to deal with who's going to keep chasing down and pinching everybody to death. And if you're wondering why I'm running away rather than just surrounding and fighting her, the reason for that is the same thing as what happened with Kugath. It's a problem. A, the unit causes fear. B, the likelihood of bringing them down is very, very small with the... even if we just moved everybody in. So rather than make the same mistake as with Kugath, we just want to keep the distance with at least some units and only distract her long enough for the towers to do some damage. Also, while this has been happening, I upgraded a few of the arrow towers to level 2 arrow towers, the 650 or 750 ones, rather than the 500 ones, just to get a little bit of extra damage. Obviously, the Herald of Slaneesh, like the rest of the Slaneesh units, doesn't have a lot of armor, and thus we can rely on better towers. I did build one piercing tower, though, because it does do quite a bit of damage if it hits, although it has not, I think, gotten a single hit in yet. Once again, terrible accuracy. All right, towers, you got to do your work here. Come on. Nope, miss again. Over the top of the hair there. Great job to the level 1 Herald. But I mean, oh, there we go. Finally, we got a hit in with our piercing tower, and it looks like she dropped by about maybe 15 to 20% HP from that hit, because she was at about 75% herself and is now something like 55-ish. So good job. Come on, piercing tower. A few more hits. And on top of that, the good thing is the hits also knock the units down, which would be nice as well because it would allow the rest of our units to get away. Speaking of getting away, you can see these guys are just running. Come on, towers. Nope, another miss. Not even moving, guys. Come on. Whoever's aiming that thing needs to be fired. Too bad you can't manually aim towers like... Ooh, that one looked like a hit. Too bad you can't manually aim... No, it wasn't a hit. Never mind. Manually aim towers like you can artillery. That would be fun. And it would be nice. And there we go. Okay, now that one definitely looked like a hit. Yes, alright, see, once again by about 15 to 20% HP. A couple more of those will do it, though it looks like this unit of Kossars is just about dead. The ability is active, which means that I believe they're in by our blood now. But they can just stay here. I feel like if we had surrounded the unit, our entire army would have run away. So I'm just trying to keep as many units away as possible. Ooh. She's also not nearly as big of a target, nor nearly as slow as Kugath, which is obviously another thing that's a pretty big difference from that fight. Kugath was a lot stronger in melee and got a lot more kills, and obviously had a lot of spell work and a lot of range damage, but he was a huge slow target. And the only reason he was able to kill our Lord and heroes was me being, you know, overeager or overaggressive. Also, while this is happening and while we continue taking shots at this Herald with all of our towers and hope... Oh, she's starting to disintegrate now. Anyway, this is the 40th episode, and thus, once again, a 5th episode in the series, and don't forget to drop those likes and comments if you've been enjoying it, as usual. And there we go, finally, the enemy disintegrates, so we don't get to watch death animation because it looks like she... died while being banished. I guess it doesn't look like any of these hits did the deed, but we're still good. Man, that was so damn close. Obviously a Pyrrhic victory. I think we had 3 units remaining and everybody died. 1 unit of Kosovite dervishes, 2 units of Kossars, one of which is very, very badly beat up, but enough units remaining to survive. Damn. That was really fun. Man, I'm surprised at how worthy of a cinematic battle that one turned out to be, but I shouldn't be, because I always comment about how I really like the small battles with a lesser amount of troops and non-elite troops, as they are oftentimes the best battles that the game has to offer, generally speaking. I am, however, shocked at how long it took to bring down the enemy... Sphinxmancer? I'm not sure whether that's actually Slaneesh or Nurglite, but anyway, like, I don't remember how much, not money, armor Ursus or Heralds have, but I don't imagine it's a crazy amount. The fact that it took the towers forever to bring him down was pretty darn crazy. I'm also shocked at how little damage the chariots ended up doing. Although I suppose 3.2k... is like one of the better... Yeah, they still did a lot of damage, they just didn't kill a lot of models. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I think if anything, that battle was won by our... Well, I guess by our range units. 14,000 damage on that one unit of Kossar, 17,000 damage on that one. Yeah, that's pretty damn nice. But still, without the Kosovite dervishes to lead those 2 units or so around, that would have been a lot more difficult. A little cheesy, perhaps, but... I mean, if they weren't Kosovite dervishes, if they were actually like an actually scary unit of cav, getting charged in the back by them, especially by a relatively unarmored unit, would have actually been fairly scary. But the fact that they kept the enemy lord from joining the battle for a while did really help. Anyway, healing up does nothing for us because it's only you. I guess we take the devotion because nothing else really is useful here. Ooh. Rebellion in Zorna's cool. Yeah, that's what we need, more rebellions. But you know, they can't defeat the forces at Uzka. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's another rebellion. Army received plague and wait, trait gained, defeated Kugath. Wait, didn't he die? Wait, so he gained the trait and immediately died? Killed it. Oh, it's pretty funny. All of that was pretty much for... Oh. What? They recovered the entire garrison in one turn? Oh, that's nice. I was about to say this was just gonna take them out, but yeah. Huh. You know what's weird? Why are we minus 849 if our lord died? Oh, we recruited more stuff at Prague, didn't we? And the hell? Doombreed is at war with us. Oh man, Prague. Look at this. We just got free, and there's stuff everywhere. If this guy sieges here, that's obviously going to be a problem because, right before we get our damn demi-griffs, they won't let Prague go. And why are you suffering attrition? What the hell? Oh, it's because of the corruption here. Well, regardless, I think we're going to have to stand by Prague and not leave the place. Essentially, just stay here. Stay here forever. Or at least for the 6 turns. Keep healing, keep sort of protecting Prague. If they siege it, they'll get attacked. If they don't siege it, we'll help them out. What do we have in here, by the way? Oh, that's a pretty disgustingly elite force. At least 2 Great Unclean Ones and 2 Soul Grinders, plus the little Demon Prince on this little rogue army faction as well. That's obviously a problem. Any more ogres coming closer? This guy's probably getting near. These guys could attack us at any point. Prague really is the cursed city, isn't it? Do we need more units? I mean, we do. But we can't really afford them right now. No, just stay as you are for now. You can level up. Alright, Salak's Lullaby's maxed out. Let's get another point and replenish troops to hopefully replenish a little bit more. We'll see what the enemy does with that. Boris, you have many more circles to go through. Let's go to the next one.
So Boris goes.
Let's see what we reject this time. Circle control plus 200 all provinces. Well, that would stop all of our rebellions for 20 turns, which is nice. And 25k would be nice as well, but obviously we ain't taking that.
Boris Ursus.
Nah. Alright, good enough. Next up, Uragne. What do we have in terms of the Darklands orcs and stuff here? And we can't see what they're doing. Is this an orky camp or is this something? I don't think so. I think that might just be what the map looks like. I wonder if they can attack Darkhold next turn or not. The thing is, we can't reach Pig Barter in 1 turn anyway. If we go, like, right here, I'm hoping that we can next turn. I hope I don't come to regret this. Nah, go right here. Right there. I'd love to delete this forces. Aha! Okay, I'm glad I moved here then, and then go into ambush. Well done, Uragne. You didn't do anything right now, but well done still. Oh, this is the time for Uragne to go, didn't I? Didn't I? Let's see, Darkhold. Nah, but Uragne's not one to, take all the credit anyway. Fortress of Vorag. Do we level you up first or one of these two? The thing is, the Fortress of Vorag is the least likely of these guys to be, or these territories to actually be attacked, so let's upgrade it because we're more likely to hold on to it than the Darkhold and the Mines of Gorgoth. Although at this point, the Mines of Gorgoth are unlikely to die because Beledna Golovak is there, so that's good. Alrighty, next up, that's Boris, that's Uragne. We're not going to bother with the levels because there's no army that actually threatens us here. Beledna, you're going to keep wait, that's a different Beledna. Beledna the Failure. Go steal some tech. We don't have any enemy armies spawned in our own territories, do we, other than that one? Ah, Beledna the Failure failed. Oh, right. You know what? I forgot that, was it a couple episodes ago now, that I was going to rename Beledna the Failure.
Frost Maiden.
Beledna. The critical... Oh. What about critical? Failure. There we go. There you go. Beledna the critical failure. What hero bothers me so much. I don't think I've ever had a hero in my thousands of hours playing various Total Warhammer games that's died as much as this one single hero, which is kind of funny considering also that while she's died a lot, she hasn't died. She's only been wounded. Also, you're disciplined. I was gonna put you in another army. We don't have another one right now. You know what? You could just stay here, I guess. I have no idea where I was originally gonna send you. I'm gonna keep you around anyway. I suppose if we start slowly making our way over here, we could put you in these armies, but you're probably gonna get wounded by all these heroes out here, so I kind of don't like that. Everybody else, I believe, is good. Let us see whether there's something cheap that needs to be built, like at the Temple of Heimkel, for example. Don't bother collecting income. Actually, you know what? Nah, just don't bother. Is there anything that would help here? I guess we could build a roadhouse just for the... No, we'll never get growth while all the... Yeah, that's pointless. I think building anything here is actually completely pointless. Because the control won't help enough and the growth won't happen while all the rifts are open, and that's not going to close until Boris is back, and when Boris is back, it's like the place is going to be safe anyway. Yeah, so pointless. You, Silver Pinnacle, I'm not going to pay for anything right now. Darkhold, Mines of Gorgoth, we're not going to upgrade these right now because I might delete them at some other point because it's not like we really need the devotion that much anymore. We're good. Oh, we just got to make sure that we have dodge up permanently. Plain of Tzar, not wasting 8k on that because we might need it. Tower of Gorgoth, wait. Did I not build that? My bad. Always build these garrisons everywhere. Everything needs to be garrisoned up. I think Kazid Urkalaz is our only place that it doesn't have a garrison. And that was a place that got attacked earlier, as you guys may recall, which is kind of hilarious, but also kind of extremely irritating. Okay, so we're good there. Hey, Callan, why don't you help us here? This guy. Your army's probably too weak to make any kind of dent in this anyway. We're gonna have to wait for them to actually attack. Or send Urogni up there, although hopefully we won't need to do so. Anyway, I believe with that we can end the turn. Oh, wait, Mount Gunbat. Get up that up. Oh! We're at 9k. What did I just upgrade that was so expensive? Oh, the two... Yeah, no, we need to be more careful with our money because otherwise we're gonna go bankrupt. Especially once Prague has these forces up and running, because that's gonna be an extra, like, negative 1,000 gold per turn. Yeah, we really need Urogni to finish up over on this side. Okay, let's skip everybody else, because if we delete this, that's an extra 2,000 plus... whatever it's costing for our other armies to keep that. Really need that to go away. Alright, let's see what they do, if anything, to Prague. Trait gained, Ambuscator, and hello, Ambush by Urogni. You do not need to fight this as a weak and pathetic army, and I think we just auto-resolve it. Nice. A little bit more damage than I would have liked, but whatever. We are going to get... get Salyak Provides, heal up a little bit more. I'm more interested in what's going to happen in Prague, whether that little Demon Prince army is going to attack, or whether it allows us to build up forces. Trade gained Ambuscator, there we go, which is nice. Not that Urogni needs to ambush. Boris just got the Dark Prince's Realm debuff. Rebellion in the Goromadni. We're getting rebellions everywhere. Plane of Tsar. Challenge Stone Pack destroyed and be killed in battle. Ooh, another Step Hunter's Horn. Swell. That's actually not a bad pickup. You're gonna siege again, and I guess we're gonna wait. And then another rebellion as well. Also, these guys are gonna attack, and then right after these guys, man, the Temple of Heimkill is just cursed. Oh, and our hero just got wounded. Who got wounded? Wait. Are you kidding? That's Urogni's Patriarch got wounded? Oh, come on now. That's... by a level 7 hero. Our 24th level hero in an army got wounded by a level 7 hero. That would have never happened to the player. Garbage. Alrighty, well, you're gonna head down here. Fortunately, that guy's immortal. Unfortunately, we do need Salyak's Lullaby around. Oh well, head out to Pig Barter.
Hack them apart.
An annoyance, but not a surprising one. And you are gonna go in and circle this. We're gonna have to probably fight this, otherwise we'll take too many casualties, because medium is too much. Alrighty, so do that. Darkhold, you still cannot defend yourself. The Mines of Gorgoth, however, in one turn will be able to. So you can head to the Darkhold and sit there. Minus 201 is not so bad at this point. Alrighty, happy with that. Boris. You... I'm kind of tempted to fight just to get some more money out of this. The only issue there is that the Slaneesh territory has no heals, right? When you move down into the next gateway, you don't heal. So you actually want to avoid these guys. And they have a lot of armor piercing, so maybe... And we have no... or not enough range. You know what? Yeah, just ignore it.
Onward, proud men.
And just ignore it. Go next circle. 60,000. 9 rank for... Oh, we already have that. Circle of Paramount. Oh, this is kind of garbage. 60k is nice, but no. I mean, obviously we're not going to take... Oh, damn, and these guys are going to attack us next turn, I guess. Well, we're going to have to fight at least one. But hey, at least we'll make a cinematic battle out of it, so that's always a nice... that's always nice to have. And now you, Marat Fedosov. Looks like this guy did not want to attack. And we did get really game. They decided to siege with Falco, who most likely prevented the siege here, which prevented us from recruiting a bunch of stuff. And healing. Even though this guy has absolutely no chance. Ugh. What an annoyance. Blood of the Critical Failure. I guess we're gonna fight that, though. Blood of the Critical Failure. Ascend. You know, maybe you move away from here and... no, let's do that.
Rise, wisdom.
Hey, a success. I feel like there should be a critical success. Especially for its steel tech. Double the steel, well, probably like 1.5 the steel tech. Or double it if it's super rare, I don't know. You guys are all this good. I guess the question is, what do we want to do? Urogni, you do have to attack Pig Barter. And where are we? And we have to attack this guy. This, which would be a more fun battle. This is just probably gonna...
Weaver of the Frosts.
Little bit wary of what this guy will do afterwards. Now we have to destroy that. We gotta keep Prague free.
Them apart.
Alrighty, medium casualties. Do we need to cinematikize this? I mean, we got reinforcements, we got the garrison. We do have to fight this. And there's no doubt about that. We have decent amounts of cav. I mean, it might be fun. Why not? We don't have time to fight 2 battles anymore, so we might as well make this cinema. Ah, fine. Why not? Why not? Alrighty, here we go again. An inactive windmill. Too bad you can't garrison the windmill with some units, although I guess concentrated fire from all those Tzeentchans would bring it down pretty quickly. Alrighty, so obviously we're attacking them, though they sieged us, and that means they're just going to sit here with their gigantic pile of horrors and wait for our reinforcements to arrive, which means we should be able to obliterate them with sheer numbers. Honestly, I think this is probably not a necessary cinematic battle in the sense that I doubt it's going to look very cinematic, because I feel that once everybody attacks it'll be super easy, but hey, I kind of wanted to see that, once again, giant pile of Tzeentchan horrors use their magical attacks, because they do look fun. Anyway, we are going to move everybody, and I'm going to keep this sped up until everybody's at least in formation, if nothing else. And obviously we also have some cav. Too bad that you can't run away here. I guess it's because it's a siege. The problem is I wanted to get a few units off the field to get the remaining cav. Look, we got 4 Griffin Legion and 3 Winged Lancers that were available to us, but we couldn't use. I really would have preferred to replace a couple of the more hurt units, like the Armored Kossar unit, for example, possibly even one of the Zargard units that's down to like 10 or 15 units off the field in favor of some more Griffin Legion, because they would have obviously ripped Pink Horrors apart, but what can you do? Anyway, it looks like the enemy Lord is actually flying around on that Screaming Disc, or whatever it's called, or Disc of Tzeentch. I keep forgetting what the name of the various mounts are. You are going to try to get focused, or we're going to try to focus them down with our one little Grom. Oh damn, look at those bears on top of the hill there. It's pretty cool. It almost looks like they're floating. Hey, there we go, that was a nice hit. Yeah, unfortunately, because of the barrier, it seems that Little Grom is pretty darn awful at taking out one of these units, especially once they're in the air. Well, between the barrier and the fact that they're, in the air like this, a lot of misses like that. But that's okay, because as we know, or at least as we know from other campaigns, for those who watch them, those units are not very good when it comes to getting focused down by range units, and I'm going to tell all of our Streltsy to do so. Alright, there we go. Hey, this is kind of what I wanted to see in terms of making the cinematic, just like battle lines. We haven't been getting a lot of this lately, especially since Yirogni's taken a few episodes from since he has last had like a proper big fight in the field, especially. So I do like the whole battle lines thing. It does look pretty neat. There we go, and we are charging all of our Zargard directly into the blue cores, while all of our, oh yeah, look at that, while all of our Kossars and Ice Guard and all that sort of stuff continue firing. And these guys are wasting their shots on a shielded unit of armored Kossars, so they're not going to take as much damage, although I'm sure that they will take some. Also, in the meantime, as I said, the Streltsy, 2 units of Streltsy, as you can see, are focusing down that Herald of Tzeentch, who's just going to sit up here. But a few more shots from those Streltsy, even though it might be unnecessary considering the fact that you have very little armor, but at least they're less likely to miss than the arrows. Also, our cavalry is now arriving and is going to go through and hit the back of all these enemy corps, mostly to distract them and prevent them from getting their ranged attacks. Otherwise, the entire enemy army is going to be engaged, and thus not a threat. I mean, once it's almost a complete horror army, so once they're engaged, they're basically done. And there we go. Everybody's fighting, and no more pink fire to be seen. I believe the enemy lord has also fallen out of the sky by the Streltsy now. Oh, these guys actually managed to get away. It from the summon there, because it got counterattacked by the enemy screamers. I want to see one of the death animations for the screamers. Oh, I think you're gonna melt. Yeah, you're gone. Damn. Oh well, not a big deal. There we go. Battle, fortunately for us, is pretty much over. The balance of power is up to about 90% in our favor, and I can see a lot of the enemy units are also disintegrating. I probably should have actually stopped some of our range units from firing at this stage. But there we go. Super simple. I literally just took our entire army and told them all to just attack the enemy. Well, plus a couple targets, like told the cavalry to attack and the Streltsy and the little Grom on the board. But otherwise, that was about it. I think I did manage to use a couple of ice sheets as well as the enemy was trying to run away from our cav. Not that they really needed it, but there we go. Super easy battle. Kind of unnecessary, but kind of looked fun, so why not, right? Okay, yeah, I admitted that battle was completely unnecessary from a cinematic perspective, but I really didn't want to auto-resolve it. Well, I guess we couldn't have auto-resolved it because too much damage, but we definitely could have just ordered the blob to charge, which is what I did anyway, and we took pretty much a very minimal damage. I mean, their army was pretty weak and pathetic, and we had a lot of extra garrison forces. But hey, why not? At least we got to watch a lot of Tzeentchian units die. Now, in terms of this, I guess we're going to heal up a little bit. Should actually heal up quite nicely, so yes. Alright, enemy killed in battle, upkeep for Zargard doesn't matter, and we got a bunch of stuff for that, for our trouble. You're gonna go back into an camp stance and maybe, possibly, heal now, though I do expect that this guy, or this guy, is going to attack. Ooh, wait, you know what? You. Move here. I want you to block Prague from the rebels. Force the rebels to attack you. This is why I was positioning him here earlier. Don't want the... Don't actually want these guys to siege Prague and prevent these guys from recruiting, although once again I do expect that this guy will do so. But, I mean, once you get rid of this army, and probably this army as well once it comes here, and whatever our other ogres are most likely beelining towards us right now, then we will be able to finally recruit some stuff in Prague. Unfortunately, that's going to have to wait, I think, until next episode, or possibly the episode after that, because unfortunately, once again, we are out of time, and I'm going to call it. Next time, we will begin by attacking Pigbarter and proceeding with Uragni to destroy the rest of these things. I think he's in a pretty good place now. He should be able to take out everything. Possibly, we'll go up this way and then back around to destroy Greasus's army, as... I don't know how long they're going to siege for, and 9 turns, if they're going to continue sieging just like the other ogres sieged Prague with their infinite amount of Stonehorns, Greasus is probably going to do the same thing, and I'd rather not lose a high-level city just to that. So potentially we'll take this and maybe even lose both Pigbarter and the Tower of Grief to retake that, but then we'll move back around and do it again. There's a real need for having multiple armies. I suppose if we keep Beledna Golovac around for a couple more turns, we might be able to have her guard the Tower of Grief. Probably not Pigbarter, but at least the Tower of Grief. And maybe survive for a little while from that, at least from non-full stacks. But I guess we're going to have to find out next time. So don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.